In a rising panic, you reached out to aid Taggle, but you could not do anything for his watery predicament. You froze, stunned at what you were witnessing, and lost to do anything about it. Taking hold of Taggle's arm, unsure if he could see you, you asked, who was this person who had his medicine? He opened his mouth to speak but choked on tears and coughed wetly down on the ground. You told him that it was okay. You would get the medicine. He didn't need to struggle through this alone. Point to the direction where this woman with the medicine was, you gently probed. Taggle took a moment for the tears to subside, blinking owlishly. A look of recognition came to him. He pointed through the soft hills, towards a valley where a small wooded area sank down in the bank. Over there, somewhere over there was the answer to Taggle's suffering. You gently held on to the wizard's forearm, letting him rest on you as you both hobbled in that direction. This infliction that had suddenly possessed Taggle worried you a lot. What was happening to him? Was it a curse? A sickness? Was it contagious? How long had Taggle been suffering from this? Well, now wasn't the time to ask. The poor man must have been in pain, or at the very least uncomfortable. With gentle words, you helped Taggle take careful steps through the thick grass and sloping hills. After a while of walking through the fields, in awkward silence, Taggle cleared his throat. His tears were no longer gushing from his eyes, but had resided to a trickle. He wiped his damp face and mopped up the tears that ran down his neck and collarbones.
I'm sorry,
he whispered.
That was unpleasant.
You remarked that he worried you there, and you were glad he was able to speak again. You inquired if he was okay.
For now. It doesn't usually get this bad. But then again, I haven't taken my medicine for some time. I ran out.
Sighing, you shook your head in a small smile. Why did this seem such a typical Taggle thing? Forgetting his medicine. From the way he gazed out into the world, his mind was going 1,000,000 miles an hour. It wasn't a surprise. You watched as he dug his knuckle into the corner of his eye, his rings glinting in the twilight.
It's these eyes. This suffering. It's not for me.
His voice coated in vulnerability, unfolding such a vast secret with such a small sentence, even though you had no idea to what extent that secret went to. You patted his arm and said he didn't need to suffer any longer. It was time to get better. You carried on walking together, side by side. Along the wooded area, you walked for quite a while, maybe even for an hour, until you came to a clearing out on the other side. The field softened in the pinks and oranges of the sky. An occasional breeze forced the blades of grass to nod at your arrival. Even the flowers peppered around you appeared to glow in all their colours. Every beat of flora centred around a singular tree further ahead. A tree of great stature, though gnarled and warped with age. Its golden hue made it look as if it had been soaked in honey.
This is it.
Taggle sighed.
This is where she will meet us.
Without a moment's hesitation, Taggle sprang from your grasp and hurried towards the tree. You caught up, finding him circling it as though it may be looking for a way in. Perhaps a door handle or a hidden nook unlocked this tree. Taggle stopped at a particularly gnarled kink in the trunk of the tree. Wiping his watery eyes on a very damp sleeve, he took his monocle pendant and, lining it up with the tree, Taggle squinted and blinked through it. The monocle flickered in its blue light, unable to grasp at what Taggle was looking at. Hissing in frustration, he took a deep breath and violently blew on the glass of the monocle pendant. The blue light scattered, projecting itself onto the tree. There it was plain to see. An illusion was revealed. The gnarled kink was a door now, slightly ajar from the magical force upon it.
Finally!
Taggle cried in relief.
I would have lost my mind if I didn't find it.
He then flapped his arms about, trying his best to disperse the blue magic with his short stature. He gestured for you to head inside first. You did, and was surprised to see a set of stairs going down immediately at the door. You carefully headed down, and Taggle shut the tree's door behind you both. The soft yellow glows of the tree helped you navigate down, spiralling underground, ducking under the many thick, knotted roots. Eventually, the staircase ended and flooded out into a dark, hastily carved out room. The air cold, damp with the scent of earth. Taggle shuffled in front, treading to the middle of the room. He blew once more through his monocle pendant, and the illusion lifted again. A beautiful, nature-encrusted atelier broke through the sparkling magic. The tree root ceiling curled gracefully from above and encircled the earthen walls. Every surface was lined with impressive and complex instruments, flasks, jars, and swirling pipes and papers of diagrams. All of this revealed to you the owner of this hideaway had an elaborate botany kit, where several books lay strewn across a desk, sat an unknown object. It appeared to be a series of golden bells inside a glass case, made from celestial-looking golden discs.
Hit the top of that bell, please.
Taggle weakly gestured to the contraption.
I'm going to lie down before she gets here.
By one of the windows of eternal sunlight, below the hanging planters and tucked away with the baskets of herbs, a raised pillow bed called out to Taggle. The poor wizard clambered into the bed, falling back with a great sigh, once again covering his weepy eyes with his sleeve. Well then, you supposed you ought to do as you were told. Reaching out, you hit the top of the ringed bell, like you would hit a bell at a vacant shop front. You paused. It didn't make a sound. You were about to call out to Taggle when you were suddenly hit with a rippling wave of sea green, bright and beautiful, and gone just as quick.
She will be here soon. Mind you don't touch anything. She won't be happy if you do.
Taggle murmured from the bed, twisting himself further into the fabric. There you stood still, in silence, and waited. Looking over to Taggle, stretched across the bed, hat scrunched under his head, his reddish, brownish hair exposed and sticking out in all directions. In that moment, there was a feeling of pity that washed over you. A man at the mercy of his own body. Like he said, his suffering wasn't even for him. So who was it for? And why was the affliction to his eyes and nothing else? It couldn't have been more than a few minutes when a bang erupted from above your heads. A descending clamber of footsteps bounded toward your room, the noise so ferocious. Someone falling down the stairs would have been quieter.
Taggle. It's about time I saw that face of yours again.
A new voice emerged, and a face full of anger met yours at the bottom of the stairs. Hello. I'm sorry I've been away for a while, and I want to say hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing, especially when I'm not posting that much in terms of content. Yeah, so things haven't been going great with me. I might have to do this content maybe once every 2 months, perhaps. It just depends on a lot of things that I can't really, discuss. But yeah, sorry for being so depressing. But I do appreciate every view, every comment, every like. And thank you very much for doing that. Please like, share and subscribe as always. And I shall see you sooner than before, hopefully. So, take care. Bye bye.